Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to download Lio-Modded for the Brave browser, but this tutorial will also kind of work for Chrome or Opera or many other types of browsers. To find the Lio-Modded forum, go to User Created Guides, which is going to be in Game Help, and then you should find it pretty close to the top. To actually download the mod itself, you scroll down until you find the How to Install section, and then you click this first link here. Once you've clicked that, it'll take you to this page. You'll go up here to the little download icon in the top left and click it. And now once you've clicked that, this dialog box will come up into your whatever your default download folder is, and you just press save. Depending on your browser, you might have this download button here, and if you hover over it and click this folder button, it'll show you where the Lio-Modded file is directly on your computer. So once you found the Lio-Modded zip file on your computer, you're going to right-click it and then press Extract All. And then you are going to get this dialog here where you're just going to hit Extract again. And that should bring up the Lio-Modded folder completely extracted. From there, you're going to go back to your browser and hit this little puzzle piece that says Extensions, go to Manage Extensions. And now from this window, you're going to want to go to the Developer Mode button in the top right and click it. And then you're going to go over to the left where it says Load Unpacked and click that. From there, you're going to find the Lio-Modded folder that we extracted earlier and double click on it, and then press Select Folder. Now, if this shows up in your extensions page, then you are good to go. Now, if we go back to Liden, we can start configuring the mod. So go to the extensions, find Lio-Modded, and I typically pin it to make it much easier to use. And then I click this little icon up here, and this will allow me to start configuring my settings. I start by turning on all of the notifications, and then certain things like the Battle Helper and Breed Only Checker are enabled by default. And since cosmetics are tied to your account ID, you can go ahead and enter your main account ID in that field, and then your side account ID in that field. And then you can choose your king's skin color. I'm doing blue, and then I think I will do Snowflake for my main account. And then for my side account, I'll do blue, and then Vagabond. And then if you'd like a little bit more customization for your Explorer, you can click some of these settings to enable Festive Frame. You can also increase the Explore text size if you'd like. If you'd like a little fun lion paw cursor, you can enable that. We'll come back to the CSS stuff later because it's a little bit more complicated. If your king has any gender other than male or he, him pronouns, you can enable that, and it will automatically change lots of gendered Explore encounters or dialogue to fit your Pride leader's gender. And if you have a specific claiming guide, you could type stuff in here, and it will automatically show up when you're claiming her. For site-wide CSS, really any CSS will work, but to show you for this tutorial, I'm going to use one of my free CSS codes. For this one, I think I will use the February theme. So from here, I will find the Dropbox link for the CSS itself, which should look something like that. And I will right-click, copy, and then I will go to the Lio-Modded icon up here, and then I will go to main account CSS URL and paste that in there. If you'd like for your side account to have the same CSS as your main account, you could put it there, or you can change it up to be two different CSSs. And then once you refresh the page on Liden, you'll have a wonderful site-wide CSS that will basically just follow you everywhere and make the whole site look really pretty. And then here's what that Explorer would look like with that special Explore frame and then the Festive frame to go with it. And then I took off the CSS just so you could see what this looks like a little bit clearer. This is the Explore helper, and it's showing you all of the different outcomes for this Explore encounter here. So if I click it, it'll do exactly what it said from those options. And then when you get into a battle with an enemy, you can see some of their weaknesses if they have any. So that'll help you choose the best options when battling enemies in Lioden. And then if you use the Pride Leader gender changer, you can see that some of this text here will change to reflect your Pride Leader's gender. And then when your ladies return from hunting or patrolling or your flirt timer has reset, then you'll get this notification here. Lio-Modded has a couple other quality of life features, such as adding these icons next to the name of breeding items when you're sending out a stud request to make sure you don't accidentally send an ochre salt lick when you meant to send like an ochre powder or something like that. There's also a button in the Gorilla Enclave where it will find a trading center link for all the cubs on the trading center that fit the requirements here. So if you just click this button, it'll generate a link that shows you all of the female cubs under 1 year old that have the heavy mane length and have a total of 86 stats or more. So you can just quickly buy one of the lions from the trading center here and use it for your Gorilla Enclave quest. And a really big feature of Lio-Modded is the breed-only checker. So the breed-only checker will look at your lion and bold all the stats that are breed-only. It'll also bold any tier 6 or RMA exclusive markings like that. And it'll italicize any piety markings like that. It's up to you whether you view RMA or piety markings as breed-only, so it counts them separately. So this line has 13 breed-only traits, 2 RMA exclusive traits, and 2 piety traits. If you count RMA and piety as breed-only, then the total would be 17. But I've split it up in this way to kind of leave it up to you. There's also a combo-based checker, so if you hover over any underlined trait, then it'll show you all the combos it can make. And that goes for bases and eye colors and main shapes as well. If you're curious about the marking slot rarity of any of your marks, you can just click the Show Marking Rarity button. It'll show me how many kings and lionesses have that marking in that slot. So yeah, the mod is constantly being updated with new features and stuff. Because of the way this mod kind of has to work, it doesn't update automatically, so you will need to update it from this thread every single time there is a new update. Hopefully I've made this tutorial concise enough so that the update process doesn't take more than a couple of minutes. And if you want to be subscribed for updates on the mod, you can always subscribe to the thread like that. And since a lot of people will ask questions on the main thread, if you don't want to be pinged for any discussions like that, you can always just go to the update thread here. And on this thread, I've asked that only I am allowed to reply on this, so hopefully you don't get any pings from anyone that isn't me, and I'll only ping in this thread when there is an update. So you can just hit the subscribe button there. So thanks for watching this tutorial all the way through. Hopefully it was helpful. Thank you for using Lio-Modded, and if you have any specific questions on how to install it, or if you have any suggestions for features you'd like us to add, please do so on this thread, and we'd love to hear from you. Thank you.